Welcome to the Healthy Brotherhood Experience. My name is Lucia Boyd. I'm coming out of Detroit, Michigan, and I have my co-host today, JT Hale out of the ATL.
You know. Welcome everybody, and we are really delighted to have brother Sekou Writes from the Nashville Black Men Run chapter as our guest tonight.
Glad to be here.
You were actually supposed to be our very first guest, believe it or not, but I screwed up. Yeah, some kind of way I forgot to let. I don't know. I got it was the very first one, and it just didn't go. I was like, you were on, Fee was on, but Lucia wasn't on, and Dariel's our behind the scenes guy, and I'm like, I didn't know how to operate this stuff, man. So I got it now. So, but yeah, welcome, brother. We're glad to have you on, man. How you doing this evening?
Glad to be here. Doing well.
Awesome. So for those who don't know, brother Sekou, my Morehouse brother here, Nashville BMR member, two-time
brother like you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm older than you though.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. We'll have to add it up. You both gotta get Morehouse. That's all there is.
That's it. One brotherhood. That's the other brotherhood.
That's it.
Brotherhood within the brotherhood.
Yes.
But you are a two-time stroke survivor?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I am a two-time stroke survivor. What happened was after I had the big stroke that everybody felt, then the doctors told me that I had a previous stroke that I didn't feel. So I had a stroke that I was unaware of.
Wow.
And then this new stroke is the one that everyone's talking about. But yeah, I'm a two-time stroke survivor.
That is amazing. And I hear that is kind of quite common. Sometimes that people have like a mini stroke. Is that what they would call it?
Yeah, I've been hearing that too. I'm just now hearing it. I just heard a couple of weeks ago, one of my doctors said that he had a former stroke and he's fine. He didn't affect him at all. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, that's something to be mindful of. Like, you can have small strokes and not even feel it. No, it doesn't affect your balance, anything about you at all. But you can have that small stroke that really hits you hard, like my second stroke did.
Wow. That's amazing, brother. We're glad you're still here, man.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm still here too, because the stroke that I survived was supposed to be fatal. So yeah, I'm glad I made it.
Wow. What was your recovery like with the stroke?
Man, the time period for my stroke was elastic because my sense of time has been really off. You know, so I couldn't tell there was only a couple months. Like, I thought it'd been years at times and a week at times. Like, my sense of time was really elastic. There's that. And also I completely contracted amnesia. So I didn't recognize anyone. I didn't recognize my mom, I didn't recognize my friends, I didn't recognize the church people that came. I didn't recognize anyone. So really starting for me was starting from scratch and rebuilding it all over again.
Wow. I think the last time I saw you in Nashville was probably after the stroke and you were recovering. We were there for our SLT meeting and Demetrius Steps of Success 5K.
Yes, sir.
And I remember you were out there. I was like, wow, I just wanted to make sure I put my hands on you and touch you. I was like, hey, brother, I'm glad you're still here. You know?
Yeah, that was a difficult one for me, but I had to show up. I felt like I had to show up to let people know that I was upright, that I was up and doing things. But it was hard for me. It was hard for me physically to get there. Like, you know, my fiance parked a little bit far away, and I was trying to be strong about it, but it was hard work. Just walking, just doing something regular as walking was hard work, man. So yeah, I had to go there and say hi and bye and then leave immediately because I couldn't stay long. But yeah, I had to be out there and touch the people.
Amazing, man. That's amazing. I remember Fee out there. By the way, congratulations.
Thank you.
He proposed to the beautiful Fee King
Yes, I
recently.
did. Yes, I did. There's her name right here.
Yeah.
I just realized
Fee
that.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is amazing, man. Beautiful sister.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's very recent, man. Congratulations to you both. And so, Lucai, you know about his Guinness Book of World Record attempt.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I needed something to pull me. I needed something to pull me because I had enough to push me. And that was the idea that I was going to run a marathon. And now wasn't able to do the math then, but that was only 4 months after my stroke. 4 months after that lethal stroke, right? And I had enough to push me. Like I got to change the story about people, change the story about me. People were telling stories about me, but they were negative and like weird. And so I wanted to change that story so that when people said, "Hey, did you hear about Sekou?" I wanted somebody to answer back like, "Yeah, but he won a marathon though. He's running a marathon, right?" But I wanted that, but I knew that I needed something to pull me towards the finish line. So I submitted to Guinness World Record, and I was going to be the person to raise the most money in a marathon. And so I did that. Well, let me say, I said I did that. I signed up for that, and I tried to do it, and I got to like I don't know $5,000 of where I was supposed to be, and I was astounded. I didn't expect to win it, but I was trying to use that to pull me forward, so that when I got tired, when I started falling, when I started sliding to the side, started thinking about how I can't make it. I started thinking about all the people that were waiting for me to make that money. And so that's really what got me through the first marathon.
Wow.
Yeah, that was very that was pretty weighty goal there. I was like, he's doing what?
Yeah.
So soon after your stroke, man. It's that amazed me itself, even if you weren't trying to raise any money. The fact
Yeah, so let me clarify. I was signed up for the marathon beforehand, before the stroke, but I forgot about it. As I said, I had amnesia. I didn't remember anything. And then Demetrius came over. He said something to me about marathon. I was like, marathon. What is a marathon? All right, I didn't even know what that was. But then I got it, and I was like, maybe I should do that to change the story that people were having about me. And I thought it was like months and months away. I thought it was a long time away because my time schedule was elastic. And I was like, it's now. It's now. So I'm gonna go out here and get it, but I'm going to have that pull of the Guinness World Records pulling me from the distance to pull me towards that goal.
Man. Had you done a marathon before?
No, it's my first one. My first one. It was 4 months after my first stroke. Yeah.
How was your long run? Did you get a long run?
My long run? Before the stroke?
Yeah.
How far was your long run for that marathon?
Oh, for training? Let me tell you, I couldn't walk. I was completely paralyzed from the right side of my body. Right side of my body was completely paralyzed. And so I had to walk. I had to walk half a block. I had to walk 3/4 of a block. I had to walk a block, and I had to walk more and more. And as I would walk, I would jog 2 steps, and literally 2 steps. And I would walk and throw 2 steps in, and move my way up just like that. So I tell you, when I went to do the marathon, I hadn't done a full marathon. I hadn't done it. I'd done like maybe 10 miles or something, but that was a lot for someone with my current stature, but with my things happening. So I just kept playing with it, and I kept inching up and inching up and inching up. So what I did for the marathon is I started off jogging and then walk a little bit, jog a little bit, walk a little bit, jog a little bit, walk a little bit. And that's how I made it through.
Man,
Yeah.
man, that's a lot of tenacity to keep going, man.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And I'm telling you, if I hadn't had that Guinness World Record, if I didn't have that goal of trying, I wouldn't have made it. And then I got a text message early on that said, yo, you're making money. Like I'm making a bunch of money. And I was like, all right, I got to do this. I got to do this for the people who are recipients of this money. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That
So I gave that money
determination.
to, I gave, let me not lose sight of this. I gave that money to Demetrius Short because my man was there and he was doing it and making everything happen. Demetrius Short is the captain of Black Men Run Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all know Demetrius.
Yeah,
I know you do.
I can't imagine anybody
loves
who doesn't know Demetrius, who's been around, don't know
man.
Demetrius.
We interviewed Demetrius.
We did. That was a great interview. But kudos to you, man, for, I know you said you already had it scheduled, but still, the fact that you still decided to get out there and do it, I know you want to change your narrative, tell your own story. I applaud you for that. Still didn't have to do it. You could have done something else.
Yeah, it was
going from paralyzation on the right side to actually getting out there and doing that, man, walking it, running it.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My right side is still affected. Now I can move it, but it's still affected. I still feel pain every day. I still feel lopsided every day. And I just got my second run streak. I just finished my second run streak. So I just got my first time running a run streak. I was running up until the stroke. I'd done 409 days.
I remember
409 days. And then on the 409th day, just, the world went crazy on me. But I've been trying again to do the 409, and I just got it. I just crossed the finish line of 409 days. And so now I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready for something, but I still feel the pain every day.
Wow.
Congratulations on getting that far.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And so I know you're also an author.
Yes.
I checked out your website. I'd looked at it before. I was like, let me refresh my memory. Playwright? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Very talented brother, jack of all trades here.
I see that.
You know what's funny though? What's funny is that because of the amnesia, everything that happened beforehand feels like ancient. It feels like
a long time ago.
It's everything that happened since I woke up. Since I've rebuilt everything that feels new. So I published one book new that predates all those other books. And the one book that I published new is Hack Your Pain Now. And it's a book that I wrote when I was in the pandemic. Okay. I wrote it during the pandemic, and it was laying around the house, and I discovered it. I just discovered some papers, and I started reading it. And reading was hard, by the way. And reading it, and I was like, oh, let me put this together. And I realized at some point that this was me, that I wrote this. And it was so helpful to me, I decided to put it out because it could be helpful to other people. But I couldn't make any changes to it. It's just as is. And I put it out, and people have loved it. And so I just created a paperback version of that same book because people were like, yo, I need a hard copy, whatever. So that book, Hack Your Pain Now, is my most important book. Like, I know I've done some things before, but this is my most important book. And I'd invite everybody to get it because it will do more for you than it will for me. It will do more for you, help you get through challenging times in your life, for sure.
Where can we find this book?
Amazon.com. It's on there.
What's the title for our listening
Hack
audience?
Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. I'm making sure I'm remembering that right. Yes, Hack Your Pain Now.
Mm-hmm.
Hack Your Pain.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's amazing. And I will provide the link when we post this podcast.
Cool.
And speaking of podcasts, if y'all think that that's already too much, this brother also has a podcast, Be Your Own Hero
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, brother.
So what had happened was I had a show. I had a show and I completely forgot it. Yeah, can you imagine? Like, I forgot that I had a show. Like, think about that for a minute. Having a show and then forgetting that you have a show. Like, that's it was weird for me. So I'm sitting around the house in my mom's house, and then she starts watching something on TV. And then I come on, I was like, yo, that's me. And she's like, yeah, you have a show. I was like, I have a show? Like, what are you talking about? I have a show. And she's like, yeah. And then I went back and she showed me old episodes, previous episodes, and there's so much material. And I was like really blown away. So I started watching it every day. Every day I watched it because that version of me is so strong. He's strong. He's got all the things you were talking about doing. He has done those things and he felt good about those things. And he was on top of the wheel. And yeah, and so I admired him and I looked up to him. And then my friend, Reverend Melissa, she invited me to redo the show because I needed to talk about the fact that I ran the marathon. You're going to talk about that you ran the marathon, so keep the show going. I was like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I feel terrible. My elocution is still off, and the way I phrase words is still off. And so I didn't feel like it, but eventually she got me to do it. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful because my connections with various people out here in the world has shrunk. It shrunk dramatically. And this is my practice. My show is my practice for speaking. Like, I wouldn't be speaking to you as well as I am now if I wasn't doing the show. Because I couldn't barely put two words together. And I'm struggling with that every day, but the show helps me. So all that said, I've changed the name of the show. I changed it from the Be Your Own Hero show to Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101. Because everyone who watched the show wanted me to talk about money, wanted me to talk about finance. And I was like, all right, I guess I could do that. And so what I started talking about were the things that made me who I am, like who fix things for me financially is a part of me. And so that's really interesting because I used to have nothing to say about money, but now I have a lot to say about money because I've had to study it because I'm waking up with hospital bills. Like, I had zero influence, zero medical benefits, when I had the stroke, zero. And so I've had to study money. Like, how can I get this paid? Studying that money has helped me, has endeared me to a lot of people. Like, so let me just say this: I just did a seminar, my second seminar on Sunday, this past Sunday.
Awesome.
And that was for getting in the stock market with $1. Getting in the stock market with $1. And then I went out the next day and I ran into my boy who was on it. And he was like, yo, that was really good. Can we talk in person? I was like, wow. So the fact that people know this stuff, know that I have this stuff that they find of interest, has been of interest to me. Like I can't do anything but thank the Lord for that. That's all.
That's impact, brother.
Yeah.
And that's the focus for 2024. My focus for 2024 is impact. You're definitely making an impact. Let me pivot here. Have you always been a runner, like high school and college, or did you start later?
Did I start? No, I ran high school. I ran in high school.
Okay.
I ran in high school. I ran in high school. That was it. I was not a runner. I know I was not a runner. I started running. I started running really during the pandemic. Really during the pandemic. That's how I found Black Males and Run. I saw these ads for Black Men Run. I said, hey, I'm running. Black Men Run. Hey, I'm running. I kept seeing the ads on Facebook. And I was like, let me just go. Let me just go out there. And man, the brothers smoked me. They smoked me. They smoked me.
But that's okay. You were out there.
But yeah. And then I decided to come back and come back and come back. And that's where I found out about a run streak. Antoine told me about a run streak. He was on day 900. I was like, 900 days consecutively? He was like, yeah. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll try to do 30 days. That was my original goal, 30 days. I made it 409 days for the stroke got me. Man, hold up. I gotta shoot this in the episode, but Fee King is telling me that she needs to be let in. So hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bring Fee on in here.
Hey Fee, yeah, you're on this show. Come on up. Come on up. Can you come on up? Just ask the doorman. Ask the doorman for the key. Yeah, ask the doorman for the key.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, don't matter what his name is. Just tell him you want the key for 44 hours. I refreshed it. He's good. Say hi to everybody, Fee.
Hey, Fee, we're waiting for you. Come on through.
All right, Fee. All right. Yeah, so sorry about that.
That's okay. Love to have her on too.
Organic.
Very. Yeah, Eric Duncan, shout out. Former Atlanta co-captain for years, for good 10 years, and dedicated, loyal co-captain to me when I was Atlanta captain, is on day 2,500 and something.
Wow. That's incredible.
When he first told me about it, he was on day 47. I was like, "You doing what? Every day?"
Every day.
This thing I know, he's hitting 100, and he just non-stop, still going strong.
Yeah. And after I did that 409, I was doing all kinds of stuff. Running, a half marathon. I was running all kinds of distances. But this time there was pain involved. But this time I was running just a mile, just barely a mile. And I was just barely making it. So my track record for mileage on day 409, then versus now, is much lower now. But I feel much prouder now because I did it despite the obvious physical restrictions. Fought through it. And so I made it through.
No, without an excuse, brother. That is awesome. If that doesn't motivate somebody to get off the couch,
yes, sir,
moving, or to get off the couch again and get moving because they backslid onto the sofa, you could always get knocked down. You could always get back up.
Yes.
And then how you fall is how you rise.
Yeah, right. Because there was only like 6 days that I wanted to run out of 409. 6 days that I wanted to run out of 409. All the other days, I just had to get it.
And so do you get to a point where you just, now I don't even think about it, I'm just going, I don't even thinking about reasons not to?
I was so hoping for that day. I was so hoping for that day.
It never came.
That day did not come. It does not come.
Wow.
Today was day 425, 424. And I got up and I was like, no, I'm going back to bed. I'm going back to bed. And B King was like, come on, boy, come on. I was like, oh, come on. I feel like I can say that I reached 409 twice. Like I can do that and put those things together. I can do that. And I just was like, yeah, yeah. And she got me out. She got me out and to do it. And I'm telling you, I still do not want to do it. I still do not want to do it.
But you get out there and do it.
Yeah, I still get out there and do it. I still get out there and do
Make
So
that make sense.
you do it in the morning most of the time?
it. I do it in the morning most of the time now that Fee King's here because she gets me up in the morning because I have my show to do. So my show is in the morning and I'm much more lively and bright and vivid when I run before the show. But I was like, let's do the show and then I will run later. But since she's been here, she's like, no, 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 let's get them run done. Let's get the run done. And so I've been getting into this feeling that, hey, I might be back to being a morning runner again. Thanks to Fee. Thanks Fee King.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Motivation,
Motivation.
views, all of that, all the above.
Yeah.
All the above. So what kind of goals you got for this year, man? I know you got something on your mind that you.
Well, I do have goals, but my goals are shifting because all those things that you listed before, JT, are like the things I did before. And people ask me that a lot, ask me about these things that I did before that I don't even remember. I don't even remember doing them. I'm like, oh, wow, I used to do that? I used to do that too? I used to do that too? And so now I'm like letting everything fall to the surface and figure out what I can do to help me with seeking others, like helping others. So what's been coming up for me is inspiring people because apparently my running the marathon 4 months after a stroke inspired people. And so I want to keep on doing that, keep on inspiring people to give more, do more, to fight and to help people get over a stroke because like I said, I made it through a lethal stroke and also I was supposed to be in a wheelchair. I was supposed to be in a wheelchair. I'm supposed to be in a wheelchair now, but I'm not in a wheelchair. So I've got to talk to people that have similar situations about what it takes mentally to get past that. So I think in terms of future goals, I think that's it. I think my commitment is I need to help people celebrate themselves and find themselves.
That sounds like another podcast, brother.
Yeah, it sounds like another podcast.
That definitely sounds like another podcast.
Yeah.
I could see that, as well as the book. I'm gonna check that out as well. Lucille?
I was noticing you have a hero ministry movement. What is that about?
Yeah. Fee just walked in here with a shirt that says hero on it. She's just walking in with a shirt that says hero right now.
Perfect.
So yeah, perfect timing. So I created the hero ministry movement out of a response to working with the unhoused community. And unhoused community is just what I ended up calling the homeless people. Ended up calling them unhoused because I learned that that's a better way to call them. Better to call them unhoused than homeless. And so that was the first lesson. And then I began this work at what's the name of that church? First Baptist, Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill Baptist Church. So I wait a minute. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to focus And
Take
what's
your
happening
time.
is the cat is jumping on feet, and I'm just distracted by the cat jumping on feet. So let me get back on track. Let me get back on track. So what happened was I went to this church and I volunteered with some homeless men. We volunteered with 10 homeless men. And that experience has changed my life. That experience changed my life because it wasn't that I ever wanted to work with the unhoused. It was never that. I was never. I want to do something with the unhoused someday. No, it wasn't that. It was they gave me such a rich feeling of gratitude, of gratitude. You know, like there was a hurricane in Nashville right before, and my mom's house was fine. Right, we saw some green in the trees, and we saw some of that, but it was fine. But then I ran into men who had tried to survive a hurricane on foot, just like battling it. I was like, what? Just like physically trying to battle a hurricane? Like, that's incredible. Like if you saw the city afterwards, there were street signs everywhere. There were buildings torn apart. It's all kind of damage. And these people survived it by walking through it. And so that really, really grounded me and shaped my gratitude in a much better way. And so anyway, what I did was I created hero movement, hero hoodies, and I gave each one that we sold, I gave an extra one to the unhoused. So if you bought a hoodie, one will be sent to you, but then I'll create another one and give that to the unhoused community. And so that's how I got all these hoodies floating around Nashville on people who need them. And so that was the beginning of the hero ministry movement. And it's been growing ever since.
Oh, that is awesome, man. I like that concept.
God bless you for that.
Thank you.
That's amazing. You know, when you do anything, man, I always say your little can be a lot to somebody else who really needs it.
Yes.
You
Absolutely.
know, and some people won't do anything because they feel like, well, this is just little. What is this going to do? And you just be surprised, man. You have no idea the impact that you will have on others just by doing a little bit. So if you do way more than a little bit, we can really change the world. We're changing it anyway, little by little.
For sure.
Impact.
Yeah, impact, bro. Impact, man.
For sure. Impact.
You're definitely making an impact on the brotherhood, man. Providing this motivation 4 months after a stroke, doing a marathon, not a half marathon, but a marathon. I haven't done a marathon yet. I've done about 30 something half marathons.
Wow.
I don't know if I'll ever do a marathon. So when I grow up, I'm gonna try and be like you.
Well, I appreciate it. I came back and did it again. I had to make sure it wasn't a fluke, so I did it a second time now. So I've now done 2 marathons.
Look at that, man. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Which marathon was that?
New York City. New York City. Yeah, I did
Man,
it.
that is an epic. I've done New York in 2017. It was about 60 degrees outside that day. It was a rare day, but the energy of the New York citizens is just man, so powerful when you running through those streets, going through all those boroughs, man.
Yes, except for the bridges where they can't have guests on the bridges. But other than that, people were ready. They were riled up, and I was like, "Oh wow, that was a really good place to do it." I don't know if I can do it someplace else because I got all those people screaming at me. But I agree. I
love that.
People yelling at you.
That's pretty amazing, brother. Tell me this: what's one thing that you would, out of everything that you've experienced, what's one thing you would say to your brothers within the Black Men Run Brotherhood and beyond?
What's something I would say to them?
Yeah.
Have a stroke.
Something that you would like to say.
Have a stroke. Like, I know it sounds crazy. But have a stroke, because the clarity with which it set me forward, the things that I forgot about that I did, the starting from ground zero as a grown man has been a tremendous learning experience, because it's like you've got everything about you all shaken up, right? And then everything settles, and you're like, who am I? Who am I? What does this mean to me? What does this job mean to me? What's this mean to me? And you really got to take everything into consideration and really think about it and decide what you want to accept. And then you'll be surprised what you will accept. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
I feel it.
Wow.
That's pretty powerful. I don't know if I'm trying to have a stroke.
Yeah, no, ain't nobody trying to have one. Ain't nobody trying to have one. But if you have one, remember what I said.
I hope I will.
Yeah.
If I cross that bridge, I hope I do. You'll come and remind me.
Yeah, you'll be his mentor.
Yeah, you'll come and remind me, man.
Absolutely.
So, what is the Brotherhood, the Black Man Brotherhood meant for you, man?
Oh man. So let me just tell that story. Can I just tell the story?
Please.
So the first day I came out and I was dressed. Like I was just, because of cold weather, right? I had on a fleece hoodie. I mean, I had some baggy pants on. Like I was dressed for going out. Like you'd see somebody going to get some donuts or something. I came out dressed, and these dudes were like in short shorts and t-shirts. I was like, what are you doing? It's cold. But they didn't, but they knew, and I didn't know about running fast. So it started off in the first lap. I was like, the first block, I was like, this is cool. I got this. And then we turned right onto Broadway. And
took off.
They were banned. I was like, I want to stop. I want to stop and walk back. And so one of them had to appoint himself to watch out for me. So he kept stopping. He would run and stop and look back. And so I got tired of him looking back. So I would run on the street and hide behind cars. I run a little bit more. And I run a little further. Right? I was trying to give man something. But every time I came out with another car, I was and I couldn't do it, man. I waited till they made another right-hand turn, and I just came back the way I came. And my intention was, I'm not gonna lie, my intention was to get in my car and leave. But these dudes were so fast that by the time I got back, they were already at the finish line. I was like, man, they were already there to greet me, like, hey man, what happened to you? I was like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up with you guys. But that was the beginning. That was the beginning of me seeing, okay, I got a lot to do. Let me try. Let me try a little bit. Let me try a little bit more. Let me try a little bit more. And that's how the whole Black Men Run saga began.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been greatly benefited by them. Greatly benefited.
New Yorkers, man, they fast. They won Selma to Montgomery last year, man.
Oh man. Yeah, they are fast. They are fast. Because I was out there a couple of Sundays ago, and I was running. I didn't see anybody, so I started running. I'm running around track. I'm like looking around, sightseeing, and then they caught me. They caught me and picked me up. I'm like, oh shoot. And so it was difficult, but I made it, and that made me know that I can jog faster than my body can prepare me for now. I can run faster than I run fast like I used to when I did my first 409. But I can be a little bit closer to that. And so they just, they help. They help. So thank goodness for the Black Men Run. Thank goodness for that.
That's what it's about, man. Iron sharpens iron.
Yes, iron sharpens iron for sure.
Say that all the time. No man left behind.
No man left behind. Yeah, they pull you, but they'll pull you. They'll pull you. They're not gonna leave you behind, but they pull you.
They'll come back and get you.
Yeah, they come back.
Yeah. For a lot of newer runners, it can be intimidating because they think you have to be this elite runner running at this super duper fast pace. Nope. Just come out and do what you do. We got you.
Yeah. And they just keep on coming getting you. And so I've had some guys in that first group that were there that first day that were like, man, you look you look like a runner now. And they're like, yeah. So that appreciation of how far I've come from this guy showed up in street clothes to a guy that wears runner clothes and does the work has been a very good transition.
It was all them clothes that was weighing you down that first time. That's what it was.
Man, had on all the clothes.
We just had crazy 48 hours. Yesterday, it was 72 degrees here in Detroit, and I was wearing shorts. And today, it was 28 degrees when I went to our meetup.
Wow.
Night and day.
That's rough. Did you run both days? Both days?
Oh yeah, I ran both days. I'm working on getting 100 miles per month. So right now I'm at like 97 miles for this month. So I got like 3 more miles or 2 more miles to do before the end of February. So that's what we do here in Detroit. Try to get 100 miles a month.
Wow, that's amazing. For those of you watching it do not know, 100 miles a month is a tall order. That is a strong order. That's real.
Yes, it is. That ain't no joke, man.
Well, this a little harder because it's only 29 days. It's not 31 days or 30 days this month.
Okay.
Thank God for
double up.
Yeah, you got to double up.
Double up. All right. Hey man, enjoyed having you on the show, brother. You guys check out the Get Rich. It's Get Rich 101.
Get Rich 101
podcast,
television show, all the things. Just go find me on YouTube. Find me on YouTube, easiest way. Just type in Sekou Writes. Easy.
Check out your brother Sekou Writes. He got some good stuff for you. He's come from a long way and on the road to recovery. This is what recovery looks like.
Yeah, this is it.
So, kudos to you, Sekou, man. God bless you, man.
Thank you for having me, brothers. Thank you for having me.
Congrats again on your engagement.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Fee.
Thank you.
Well, fellas, you have just experienced the Brotherhood. We appreciate you checking us out. If you've missed any past episodes, line them up and watch all of them. You might get a pop quiz or something. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there it is. Pop quiz coming.
Indeed. All right. Peace out, fellas. All right.